Okay, in this video I'm going to show you a little more practice on graphing linear inequalities. So we put this in our journal. We actually put two of them in our journal, but I only gave you one of them to complete. So I'm going to show you how we folded it. It was a little strange, and really it doesn't matter how you fold it as long as you have it taped in your journal. It will be fine and have the examples completed. But so what we did is we folded it in half, long ways, and then we folded it in half again, like this, so that the title is facing out. And then we folded it one more time. So it kind of made like a small booklet, and we put tape on the back, a couple of loops of tape, and we taped it in like that. And then we could open it up and we could work on it like this. So it made like a little booklet. So I want to work this example right here for you and show you how we did it. So what we did was we actually graphed them in Desmos. So you can graph them by hand. You would need to start with your y-intercept. You'd want to plot that on your y-axis, and then you'd want to use your slope, and you want to rise and run from there. Or you can just do that in Desmos. So if you notice, I'm going to bring Desmos over here, and we would graph y. And then remember that your special keys are in this area here. So we have y is greater than or equal to. And how you do fractions, you do, you can just do division. So you could do 2 divided by 3. And what you have to be careful with is when you're typing a fraction in Desmos is you notice that the cursor is in the denominator of the fraction. You're going to want to arrow over, because if you put the variable x in the denominator, you see that your picture does something really strange. It's actually creating an asymptote, which we are going to talk about later on. But you'll definitely want to arrow over and put your variable beside the fraction. So you can put your variable x in the numerator, the top of your fraction, or beside it. Either one is fine. It's the same thing. You just don't want it in the denominator. And then it was plus 3. So you notice Desmos has just graphed that inequality for me. So remember, what we need to do is we want to go and we want to click on our x-axis for the x-intercept, and then the y-axis for the y-intercept. And so I see that my x-intercept is negative 4.5. My y-intercept is 0,3. So you want to plot those 2 points on your paper. So let's do that. So on the x-axis, I'm going to go over to negative 4.5. So I'm going to go to 4, and then halfway in between 4 and 5, negative 4 and negative 5. So there's 1 point. There's my x-intercept. And then my y-intercept was 3, which I can look, because this one is in y in the form point slope form. No, I'm sorry. It's in slope intercept form. So we can see our slope is here and our y-intercept is there. The Desmos also showed us that our y-intercept was at 0,3. So then if you look back at Desmos, because remember when you're graphing inequalities, it's important to know, well, do you have a solid or a broken line? And Desmos is showing us that we have a solid line because it's greater than or equal to. So the equal to, so if your symbol has a line under it, then it's a solid line. If there's no line under your inequality symbol, it's going to be a broken line. This is a solid line, so I need to connect those 2 points that we plotted with a solid line and extend it all the way to the edge of the graph. And if you remember from the notes that we did, it's greater than, so that means shade, above this area here. Or you can look at Desmos and see that it is shaded above the line. So that's what you need to do on your paper. So the most common mistake I've seen with graphing inequalities is that students are forgetting to actually shade. They'll graph the line correctly, they'll do a broken or solid line, but then they won't actually do the shading, and that's what makes it an inequality. If you don't have the shading, that's just a linear equation. Inequalities have shading, so just remember to do the shading on all of them, and you should be good.